from the pyrotechnics filled the dome as the Colts made their way out of the locker room. We're set for football as the Colts get set to match up with the Las Vegas Raiders. Here's Will Lutz ready to get this one started. And we are underway from Indianapolis. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. First carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Brings up second and
4. Working from the gun. Rodgers. Flush to his right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. On play action, it's Rodgers. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. So another on-target throw, and that last one, Charles, going to put him up over 5,000 yards passing out for the season, and that is not an insignificant number.
Indeed it is not, because this is not a big list, and most of the guys on it, Drew Brees, Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, Dan Marino, they either are or will be Hall of Famers.
And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Play action. Now it's Rodgers. Lets it fly for Thielen. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Not the desired outcome, but probably won't be the last time we see him take a shot downfield.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Running with Hunt here out of the shotgun. And he's corralled, but not before getting inside the 35. That's his longest run of the first quarter. And, Charles, we talked before the game about them needing to establish the run game. They'll be looking for more of that.
And they got to the perimeter. So that tells me that that's part of the game plan of what they want to get done today. So they'll have some complementary runs where he'll run it to the inside. But it appears that when they want the big yardage, they think they can get to the outside and make it happen.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Open here, Adam Thielen. A gain of 6 there on first.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door. 1st and goal. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Randy Gregory able to record his 5th sack of the season.
the 16-yard line.
First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Rodgers now to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. They'll wind up getting 7 on the completion, but they'll still be faced now with a 3rd and goal situation.
It's now 3rd and goal.
To throw, it's Rodgers. They'll go screen here to Hunt. Good contain, no gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. His first carry. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. Mahomes going to throw. He's got Smith here. Well, this defense for the Colts, they were excellent a week ago in the victory over Arizona.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge, and that's good enough for a 1st down. When you give up points on the opening drive, in this case a field goal, you'd hate to go 3 and out. They avoid that.
They do, and it's also walking that fine line mentally, too, as a coach, isn't it? Because you want to emphasize to your team exactly what you said. All right, we gave up a field goal. Let's go back and at least equal that, guys. But if we don't, you don't want them to feel like it's the end of the world either. Nice that they were able to pick up the 1st down there, help them relax a little bit.
On 2nd down, right back to Hines. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on 3rd down. Now here's Mahomes. Looking here for Smith downfield. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. A big play there for the Raiders.
That's a great job of working the sideline right there. I love how he tracked the football the whole way. Just reached up and pulled it in. Had excellent field presence to understand where he was in order to make that play happen.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. They run with Hines. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. They'll roll him out right. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Julio Jones. Touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Raiders have taken the lead. Lutz with the extra point. And that makes it a 7-3 lead.
Will Lutz sets to kick off.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Let's take over 1st and 10 at their own
offense at the line and set to go. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased, and they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Shotgun now for Rodgers. He's going to dump this off to his running back, Hunt. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
So, Charles, here we are, Week 17. Both of these teams playing their 16th game of the regular season, and obviously for decades, that was the full season. But as we all know, a little strange, still one more game to go next week.
Yeah, Brandon, I think we're both interested to see how things play out next week because we know their division titles and wild card spots up for grabs, so those teams, no doubt, they'll be all in. But how would you like to go in front of a team that's 3-13 and say, okay, guys, one more time, let's go get them. If we win, it benefits someone else.
He'll buy some time right.
Trying to get it to Chase, but it's intercepted.
Picked up by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes.
And the Raiders are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments. And time to give some credit to the big fellas, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes because you've got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time able to scan the...
This time for Smith, and it's intercepted.
Picked by Kenneth Murray. And the Colts are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50.
Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers.
Winds up and lets it go for Samuel. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Malik Hooker.
And the Raiders are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. Throw left side complete. That's Edwards. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
Well, this is an awfully tough route to defend in man coverage because he lines up on the right and then runs a crossing route back to the other side of the field. So as a defender, you're not only trailing him the whole way, you're also looking out for your own guys to make sure you don't get yourself picked off. And then you can't catch up in time to prevent the completion.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. They go play action. Now Mahomes sliding out of the pocket. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. D. Ford, what a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign. Here's the Raiders punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon.
On the return, Johnson.
They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects him.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is, because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. He'll get this one underneath to Hunt.
So the completion good for 6 yards, and that'll make it a 2nd down. To throw is Rodgers.
And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
And that's a nice job there, because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties. And he's able to knock that one away.
Here's Rodgers to throw. And that will be incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the 2nd half. So this
is taken in. It's complete. And he makes it all the way down to the 19.
It's a big play there for Vegas.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket, because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
A real field flipper there, as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. Rolling to his right. And he'll get nothing out of that one. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1.
2nd and 10.
Here's Mahomes to throw. Touchdown Raiders. It's complete. Julio Jones with his 19th touchdown, his 2nd of the game. And the Raiders add on to their lead. Lutz good on the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11.
Raiders 14, Colts 3. Will Lutz set to kick off.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
Johnson won't return this, and the football will come out to the 25.
25-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go.
And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range.
Taking a shot for Samuel. And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time.
Picked off by Christian Fulton.
The Colts going to use the 1st of their timeouts.
And the Raiders are going to take over at their own 41.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. From the gun, it's Mahomes. He'll check this down to Hines. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Well, they use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes, escaping the pressure right. Jones has it, and he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate. They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. This is a 49-yard attempt, right hash. The kick by Lutz is good, and they will stretch the lead now to 17-3. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They force the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
We got this. The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
A final shot before half for Rodgers. Winds up and lets it go for Samuel. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it. But I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Airing it out deep for Smith. It got his man complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A big play there for the Raiders.
1st down, Las Vegas.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now it's Hines. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And finally down at the 9-yard line. A big play there for the Raiders.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Hasn't had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Devontae Smith with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Raiders take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Lutz with the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Will Lutz set to kick off.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Colts take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
2nd and 7.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hunt. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play, backwards a yard.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. And that is incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
42 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They're just looking for more of the same. Great first half so far. Good second half. And you know, sometimes I guess maybe, Charles, these coaches, they don't have to tell these guys much when they're rolling. He's got a man. Complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A big play there for the Raiders. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. This is Hines. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
Now a throw here to his running back, and he'll go down at the 28.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a 1st down.
They go play fake. Mahomes. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Smith. Touchdown! Devontae Smith with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Raiders add 6 to their lead. Lutz good on the extra point, and that'll increase their lead to 28.
31. Colts 3. Will Lutz set to kick off.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Malik Hooker, and he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
This defense, Charles, coming up with another interception. They have really done an excellent job of locking up these receivers.
Yeah, they're really on fire. They are actually doing what they talk about all the time, which is plastering to receivers when they're in their zones. They didn't give up a touchdown in the first half. Haven't done so here in this half either. Blanketed the field going all the way back to the opening drive, and they come up with a pick right there.
3rd quarter action here in this regular season finale. This will be 2nd and 10. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hines. He'll get about 6 there as he takes this one down to the 24-yard line.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
To throw, it's Mahomes. Completes it to the fullback, Ham. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
Well, they certainly spread the ball around so far, but they're definitely getting everyone involved now when you're throwing it to the fullback. Just shows how versatile this offense is and how everyone is a threat.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 14-yard line.
They run again with Hines. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. Now keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of a run before you decide to throw the football.
On play action, it's Mahomes. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. Julio Jones with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Raiders get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Lutz with the extra point, and that will extend this big lead.
Will Lutz set to kick off.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield.
Made at the 25-yard line. The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
They'll start with Hunt on the ground. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
The ball carrier brought down at the 30-yard line.
Now we've got whistles and a flag. Looked like one of the Colts linemen might have jumped. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Rodgers to throw on 2nd down. And he will find his man, Samuel. He's going to be out of bounds.